If your infield is well maintained and was constructed with the proper slope, it should successfully shed rain and minimize downtime. But the kind of rain will also play an important role. A hard driving rain that doesn't last very long is actually better for your infield than a steady soaking rain that lasts several hours. The pounding rain will actually compact your infield soil. That will allow your field to drain effectively without much water soaking in. A steady soaking rain can deeply soften the field, which will take longer to dry.
Now if you take a look at this infield here, you'll see that we've got the perfect slope from front to back. The front portion being where the infield grass meets the infield dirt is the high portion, and it slowly slopes back towards the back portion of the infield here out into the outfield. We want a nice consistent slope on that infield skin, and that allows water to very quickly and very freely move off the infield as the rain's falling on it. Now the other thing I have to take into consideration is the type of rainfall that you're going to get. A hard driving rainfall is going to actually compact that dirt really well, and typically those storms are of short duration. They'll last maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45 at the most, but they're a hard driving rain, and that hard driving rain compacts that soil very quickly, and it doesn't allow too much water to infiltrate in there. Most of it will run off fairly fast, and you'll be surprised how quickly you'll get back onto those fields. Whereas a several hour long rainfall like we had here this morning of light to moderate intensity tends to soak into the soil much more easily and more deeply, and in that case it's probably going to take you a lot longer to get back onto that field and re-enter it after the rainfall, because it's going to take time for that to firm up. So slow rainfalls tend to penetrate deeper. Hard rainfalls compact that soil real quick and run off the surface, and you're back at it and ready to go fairly quickly after those types of rains.
If your field maintenance routines are inconsistent, rain will show it. Puddles along the turf edge will indicate a lip is forming. Or if your infield gets really soft after rain, you may be nail dragging deeper than the recommended ½ inch. Dragging too deep will allow the infield to hold more water rather than letting it drain off. Keep an eye on how your field handles water, and if necessary, adjust your field maintenance practices. Sometimes poor drainage is simply caused by routine wear in the high traffic areas of your infield. Around the bases, at the infielder positions, and around home plate are places you may see puddling due to heavy wear. Be sure you pull soil and top dressing back into these areas to avoid puddles. If you have widespread puddling all over your infield, you may have poor surface grade. Improper dragging patterns can cause a bowling effect, and widespread puddles will be the result. After rainfall, walk onto the field and see how deep your footprints are. If your foot sinks in, give it time. It's just too soon to begin working on the field. Bringing equipment onto the field when it is too soft will actually create more work and longer delays. Bottom line, be patient.
Probably one of the biggest mistakes I see made by groundskeepers is they try to get out on a wet field after a rain event too quickly. After the rain has fallen, they don't give it enough time for that field to drain, and the ground is still soft. Now, as I look across this infield, you'll see some of our top dressing has dried a little bit, and it looks like it's dry, but underfoot, as you walk on it, I'm still leaving pretty deep depressions, as you can see here. Well, if that's the situation on your field, that's a sure sign that it's too early for you to come out on this field, and you need to give it another half hour or hour for the sunshine and the wind to work on this field to firm it up a little bit before you can come out here with any kind of equipment, be it hand rakes or come out here with a piece of equipment to try and loosen this material up. So the bottom line is, give your field some time to allow Mother Nature to do her job. Allow that water to penetrate down through the soil and drain out, and let this firm up a little bit. Then you can come back out and do your work.
Besides getting on the field too soon, there's another common mistake after rainfall: pushing water off the field. It happens a lot. Coaches get antsy, they grab a broom and try to help by pushing standing water off the field. The only problem is they are pushing a lot of soil and top dressing off with it. That will not only create low spots, that typically pushes the water and soil into the turf edge. Remember lips? Yep, that's the problem. There are better ways to remove standing water, and we'll take a look at those next. After talking about what not to do, let's take a look at what to do. But first, review this section and then try the pop quiz to make sure you have a good handle on the effects of rain and the common mistakes.